start off and tell us who you are and what you do and all the good stuff.
All right. My name is Darlyne, family nurse practitioner here in Brandon, Florida. We Care Wellness Clinic. August 2nd, 2022. Tomorrow is actually my anniversary, my 2 year.
That's exciting. I
Thank
just wanted you
you.
to give it some
Yeah,
celebration,
thank you.
You're not hyped up enough about it.
Like the first year, I was like excited. I'm celebrating my first year. Here's how many clients I have. But I feel like I'm moving backwards right now. And then my husband said, "Oh, you gonna do anything?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna thank everyone for this support, but certain stuff I'm not gonna do." Because when I initially started, I was planning to have insurance, which is now I'm on my third credentialed person, and now I'm only qualified to see Medicare and B, TRICARE. I have United PPO only, and I'm not seeing much of them because they're not paying me. Some of them pay, like the UMR, I get paid for those, but it's just so stressful, like which one to take right now. So basically, I'm doing like cash base and I'm thinking to do the DPC I was telling you about.
So it seems that you're right now are doing a hybrid practice, cash
Correct.
and insurance, but you're
Yes, but
kind
right
of
now,
wanting to
Shane,
shift into the just the DPC realm, right?
right. But right now, what's keeping me open is the weight loss. And then
Uh,
I add on the hormone replacement therapy
okay.
in June, which I have two clients. I just got my autoclave and I just got my supply this week. So I have to call my client back because I have two that's actually waiting because I don't know if you recall when I did the I guess it was like an open house, like, hey, I'm bringing hormone replacement therapy,
Wonderful.
come in and get some information. And then some people I did sign up, and I have one guy that did sign up
So you got
that I
two
have.
new signups since June and everything like that. But really, your weight loss is your top contender. But it seems as though
Correct.
the insurance companies aren't wanting to pay you either, is kind of what I'm
Correct.
understanding.
Right. And then my credentialing person is like, you need a physician because Aetna wants two provider because you solo provider, you need to have someone else. But if I find a physician or provider that goes to the hospital, they will accept me. But my thing is, if I'm doing this, I'm not paying myself. I know a lot of NP believe in like collaborator, but I need to
Mm,
make money to pay myself in order to pay someone else.
I
That's why
agree.
I have my autonomy. So I'm going to stay in my lane and trying to see what I can do to succeed first.
That's a very good point. For me, looking at a business or a clinic that I would invest in, I'm along the same lines of like Alex Hormozy and Gary Vee is how much are you paying yourself? Right?
Right.
Nothing, right?
Because my husband and I, we share offices. I have two rooms. He does insurance. He's an insurance agent. I have one side, he has one side.
Okay. Well,
So
that's a smart way of doing it.
he's office. I'm taking a
Hey,
ride.
I always tell my consults and clients that it takes a village to raise an entrepreneur, right? So I made that mistake early on in my entrepreneur career of thinking that I could just do it all alone and not have any help and I got
Mm-mm,
this. And no,
mm-mm.
where was I wrong? So it's okay to make those mistakes. It's okay. And I think you're understanding that now is like it takes a village to help and it's a big job. So tell me
It
what
is.
got you
It is.
into owning your own practice or wanting to be your own boss. What kind of sparked that out?
I work for a clinic. They have four clinics here. And my main site is about 20 minutes from my house. And every time someone call off or quit, I will have to like cover them, leave my clinic, my patient that I know that's looking forward to see me. I will be floating to a different site. Not the day before, 5 o'clock in the morning, I will get a call and say, can you cover this clinic in Lakeland? Can you cover this clinic in Auburndale? When I did ask for mileage, the medical director told me that was part of my contract. So it was not part of my contract. The only thing that
Oh,
was on my contract is when a provider go on vacation, I will be the one covering them.
you fairly.
Yeah, and then I was not seeing my patient that already like have a rapport with me. I had clients that said to me they don't like going to the doctor, and because of me, the way I communicate with them, spend time with them, they connected, and but when they see I was not there, they was not happy either.
So you thought that you
So
can do things better, huh?
especially the Medicaid
Ah, yeah.
population, they was like, "Oh, I'm not just a number here." I said, "What do you mean?" And they said, "Wherever I go, because I have Medicaid, we don't have enough time to speak with the provider." So that was kind of strange. And that was not just one person saying it. I'm like,
Right.
because I think that's why a lot of people stop going to see doctors because they feel that
That's the
way.
thing about it, is that we all think
Yeah.
that, everyone operates like we do. Everyone gives the same care that we do. And then that's not always the case. The average visit in the United States is 8 minutes. You get 8 minutes to spend with your primary care clinician or whoever that is, and that's it. So what that
Yeah.
Medicaid patient is experiencing is the national average, right? But I think that's
Mhm.
where entrepreneurs shine, is that we're not the average. We're above
Correct.
average in the care that we give and how much we care. And I think that's
Correct.
what's special about nurse practitioners, is that that's what we do, is we spend that extra time, we educate, we know what it is there.
And the other thing too, for professional is, I mean, we professional. I don't feel like 3 weeks for vacation, you have to split it. And like to go to Europe, I don't want to go for 1 week because like
Right.
you won't have enough time. So that's another thing too. Work for yourself. I know it's hard to make your own
Autonomy.
money.
You've keyed in on the
Autonomy,
autonomy
yes.
thing, right? I love that.
Yeah, autonomy. I know it's hard to make your own money, but over time, something will come along. So yeah.
No, that's great. You opened up your own practice. You were kind of thinking about what kind of practice you were doing, and you understood that weight loss was a need, being able to fill that gap. Because I was one of the first clinicians to do that way back when it
That's
was like
good.
Ozempic and there was no Wegovy or anything fancy like that.
Mhm.
And so that's very, very interesting, is that you and I kind of created our practices because of an unmet need, right? And we
Right.
thought that we can do things better. And oftentimes we're right, but there are challenges, right, of opening
Yes.
a practice. Talk to me about some of your common challenges of being a somewhat new entrepreneur. I mean, I fall into this category too. I mean, I've only been in practice since about 2020, 2021, in that window, but there's a lot of things that people don't see behind the scenes and everything. So tell me about what people don't see, right?
Well, the challenge that I have, once I have the client, like right now, my business is like words of mouth. They lose the weight, their friend will see them or neighbors will see them, they will send them here. But some people just here, because remember, I teach at the gym and I bring some for weight loss, but not like long term. They do
Right.
the fat burner, which is the lipo that I get from my Olympians. I have lipos complex and we have B12 and stuff like that. So some of them will do that because they already work out. But the main one for the medication, they do like 3 months, 6 months. Once they're done, they're done. So then the traffic, if it's not coming on, then that's a problem. You're gonna be like, okay, so anybody coming in? And then you I mean, I use marketing, but I feel like if it wasn't for my husband, I probably would still keep trying. But he's like, oh, you're losing your money. Yeah, I'm not a business person. So
Right.
I'm an NP trying to get into the world. Like that's my problem. When I came in, I guess I thought he was gonna be because he has his own business too.
Right.
So then I was expecting what, like how we work for someone, the patients coming in.
Yeah.
It's
So what you're
so
saying
different
is the
being,
nature of your business, because it's cyclical. People come in for a couple of months, leave. Come in for a couple of months and leave, because
yes,
they want a quick fix. That's why
right.
I have preached the power of the subscription model, right? That just completely eliminates that, because then again, that creates establishment between you and that patient, like, hey, this is a term thing, right? And that's where you and I have to come in and say, hey, this is a long-term thing. It doesn't mean that you
Mhm.
have to be on these medications lifelong, but you need my support lifelong, right?
Right.
You need my
Yeah.
support lifelong. And that's where that Subscription model of care kind of comes in handy. It creates that longevity, but what you have to do is make that membership valuable. Make it to where the patient can't say no to it, right? And I
Okay.
always go back to that Alex Hormozzi offer of saying, hey, make it so good that it's a no-brainer. They're like, really? I get all of that, you know? So that's where marketing is huge, right? It should be the biggest expense, more than your rent, more than your malpractice, more than anything. So the money is not wasted. It's only wasted if you don't have a good marketing plan, a brand voice, or what makes you unique. Is one thing that I always tell my consulting clients is, why should the patient care about you? Why should they come see you? What makes you special? If you can sit down, map that out, and put it in a way to where the patients understand, that's going to bring you in volumes of patients, because I have a weight loss clinic is not enough. It's not
Yeah,
enough.
that's when you have to know who your targeted clients are.
100%.
Because I have some client, honestly, like last week I had one. She didn't even care to hear about the medication. So I was like, I said, we need to sit down. Because she want to come and get the injection, and then I just go over the body composition
Right.
numbers with her. She said, because the week before she didn't lose. And then I said, we're gonna do 7.5 tirzepatide. And then I'm telling her about the medication. She said, I don't care to know about the medication. I just want the injection so I can get out of here. So I said, sit down, please. So then I said, look, this medication you taking, I'm trying to like help you to create a healthy habit so
Right.
you don't have to take it for the rest of your life. So the husband just looked at me. The husband is was getting what I was getting into. But when it comes to like the amount that I'm giving her, like the
Right.
information about the medication itself, she didn't care to hear it. And I was like, wow. So she's gonna fail.
Have to sit down, and we have to know obesity from every single aspect to make the patient care, right?
Mhm.
So you have to lay the foundation and say, hey, this is just a tool in your tool belt. This isn't a quick fix. This isn't a
Mm.
instant fix. This still requires you to do your part on your end. And that's
Yeah.
why you need to create a very comprehensive program. That's why many nurse practitioners undersell their services.
I give it on my consultation. That's why I put like a $75 now, because a lot of time
Do you know the
there
average entrepreneur hourly is $275 per hour?
I
Do
know
you
that's what
understand that
let
cost? Do you see your value now?
me yes, I do. Okay, so this is why even my package, a lot of them I want them to pay up front. A lot of them say, oh, can I pay half and then pay the other half? If I knew what I know now, from the get-go, you have to set your boundaries, like you pay this up front or you can go somewhere else. But at the same time, I
Set
think
those
I'm too
boundaries,
soft-hearted.
man. That just makes me feel good.
I think my thing, I was talking to, I have a colleague. She's in your group to Corinne. She's in Riverview. Her and I were very close. So I was talking to her, and then we doing the same thing. We like being underpaid, honestly. So I was telling her what I'm going through, and she's like, "Oh my God, it's the same thing."
Yeah.
And I think we too soft-hearted, and then because we want to help people, and then therefore we step back and do the service for free and let them just pay for the medication, because honestly, it's not
Gosh.
worth it.
You are
Yeah, and then
turning
people take
yourself into a
advantage.
commodity, ma'am.
Correct. This is not a
You
community
turn yourself
clinic.
into gas, electric, and internet. You don't look like gas, electric, and
It
internet.
coming in. Any special today? This is not McDonald's.
So let's do a health special. Are you listening to yourself? You want a discount on your healthcare? So what this is telling me is a few things. You guys are not offering enough value to that patient, right?
Mm.
Not conveying that value very well to your patient. And now they're just comparing you to the next door mom and pop weight loss who's doing
Yeah.
semaglutide for $229 a month.
And then I have a decent package, believe it or not. Because remember, I have Crunch, I give them passes there. I do the diet recommendation, I do the composition scale. The only thing I'm planning to add on now, because actually my someone was telling me I should add there, and I've been very skeptical about it because they have to get medical clearance because I'm a fitness instructor just by not word of mouth. I am AFA certified, national certification.
Sure.
I hold since 20,
Patients don't care about your credentials. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. You want to know the only thing they care about? You ready? Results.
Yes,
Results.
exactly. Yeah.
How are you going to ensure that they get their results? We all get
Yeah.
our fancy credentials and our education, and we don't spend time on our
Yeah.
package. And
Yeah.
what we spend
No,
even less
because
time on is conveying that package.
yeah, because she was telling me to do like a little video for people that works out from home. But no one wants to exercise for some reason. If they don't have the habit already, you're not gonna be nothing
Busy.
that's
This
yeah.
generation is the busiest generation that's ever existed. Period. Your goal should be to reduce the barrier that the patient has to do to get the result. So that's why I
Correct.
created the program to accommodate their busy schedule. That's where you and I have to get creative, as many people don't have time to go to the gym, right? You should be able to sit down and talk about how this program can help accommodate your schedule, right?
Mhm.
Take the stairs, don't take the elevator, park further away.
Correct.
Things like this that will really help you is make it intuitive. You can give them the best gym membership, and if they don't use it, what
It's not
value
gonna work.
is it to them? None,
Yeah.
right? Why do you think
Yeah, so that
24-hour fitness only charges $10 a month? Because they know no one's going to use it. No one's going to use it, and they're going to forget
yeah,
about it.
yeah. I mean, because I have a membership at Crunch, I believe I have up to 5 members there. I think I have one right now that goes to Zumba. She's doing pretty good, but then she like to dance. I tell them like, if you like this, you interested, you can try it out.
Using what motivates them to make it fun. If you make what you do fun, engaging, and you cater it to the patient because there's no one size fits all, they're going to have the best results.
Right.
I'm
Some
not going to
people
do
they
Zumba. I'm not going to
yeah.
go to Crunch.
Yeah, I ask them what they like to do, and
Yeah.
then once they tell me they can swim, they can walk, I started to create the story this week. I actually have 2 weight loss clients in there. One of them does the lipo lean, and then one of them does tirzepatide. But those want to be short term because they just want their boost because they reach a plateau because we work out 4 days a week.
That you're making, you are making it
What?
to where they're able to do short term. You are enabling them to
Well,
do short term stuff,
listen,
offering things
guess what?
that are short term.
They, guess what? Their BMI was 27 when,
Okay.
so either way, there was not going to be long term.
Why not? Because of the BMI number?
No, not the BMI number because she was losing weight and then they're doing the same thing every day.
You should be able to celebrate those victories with them. If they get that rush of dopamine and they're able to celebrate, because I'm bad at this. Like I don't celebrate my wins, right? I forget. I'm like, all right, what's next? What's next? If you
No,
help
I
them
celebrate
celebrate,
mine.
if you
You
do
see me
things,
dancing, I celebrate mine. Oh, yes. I have it here. Sorry about that.
you're fine. You're fine.
Yes. I've seen good result with them, and then I've seen good result with the one that's just coming in.
So you should focus on your program because you are just catering to patients like many entrepreneurs do when they're starting out. Because if you give them what they want, then they're going to stay with you. That's not the case because half the time the patients don't even know what they want, right? So
Yes.
you need to work on your package. That is my biggest advice is that working on your package is going to be fantastic. You are propagating and promoting these short-term clients, right? Your package should be set up in a way that's long-term. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
So you defeating yourself.
No, my shortest one is like I have a short one for 12 weeks, but most of them they go for 6 months. Because I have one when you sign up for 6 months, I give you a discount.
Don't
And
call
then
it
I
a
have
discount
one,
because you don't want to discount anything, right? You want to call it a promotion. Do you see the
right.
psychology here? If they start to put the word discount to your package and your brand, you're going to be a discounted brand. And that's going to turn you
Yeah.
into a commodity. So you see how much this is? This is a lot of things that we don't think about. I'll give you a discount.
Right.
I have a promotion. I have a plan. I have a rewards program. If you use the word discount, you're going to turn yourself into a commodity. I promise.
Mhm.
That's a promise. You need to sit down and create that package that addresses your problems and addresses their problems. It seems that you've got a situation to where it's short term. But for me, as I've told you before, I like a long term because it
Mhm.
benefits us both. That way you
Right.
are trusting me. I know you as a patient. I know your preferences. I know your problems. I know your social life. I know your cat's first name. I know your grandma's cousin's brother's name, right? So you see how this relationship starts to
Mhm.
develop as a long-term thing. And that's what you want to shoot for if you can,
Mhm.
right? Weight loss should not be, see, that's where I do a lot of this education for myself, my patients, my clients, my students, and fellow NPs is stop thinking of obesity and weight loss as just a magic, I'm going to lose this weight in 12 weeks and be done.
Mhm.
Once you come off these medications, you're going to gain it back about 65%
Correct.
very quickly. So it takes a village to raise a patient. It takes a village to raise an entrepreneur. So we need to shift our changing in the world of weight loss and obesity because we're creating our own problem, right? Of short-term
Right.
fixes. Because patients are accustomed to short-term fixes. They go into the doctor's office, they get a statin, an antibiotic, or whatever,
Mhm.
and their problem is fixed. That's a psychological thing. It's not
Yeah.
fixed because that antibiotic has created antibiotic resistance, right? Now we've got MRSA and VRE and all those wonderful things. So that's one thing that I wished everyone knew is that we need to shift our entire thinking. And I'm very happy that you added the hormone component because that is a major issue with obesity, ghrelin and insulin and cortisol and estrogen and imbalance because fat itself is
Mhm.
metabolically active in the worst ways, right? It creates estrone, the worst estrogen known to man, not estrogen or estradiol or, any of those. It's the worst. And the problem with our female clients is that imbalance happens with age and around menopause is that
Mhm.
bad estrogen starts to increase and the good decreases.
Correct.
And obesity further harkens that, right? That's why men have gynecomastia, right? Because of that
Right.
estrogen. So that's the long-term implications, right? It's hormonal, it's
Right.
psychosocial, it's metabolic, it's physical, it's everything, it's cultural, right? It's so big. So that's why I'm so passionate about it, is because we've only recently got enough understanding in medications and therapies to help these patients. So that's what
Right.
gets me excited. And not only that, I was a gastric bypass patient myself at 325 pounds. And now I'm at a buck 90 and I know what that feels like and looks like. And it's changed my life. And I want that for everybody, not just me. I
Yeah,
want
you
to share
look
it with the
good. I
world.
saw the
Thank you.
previous picture. I was like, oh my God.
No
Yeah.
one believed me. I was 325. Here, look. And they're like, no,
Yeah.
I have it everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah.
I have it on my
Yeah, because I
website.
saw follow you. Yeah.
It's so great. I just want to see you guys do well. And we all make the same common mistakes because I made them. I probably made more than you can even imagine. So that's why I'm here like, hey, let's learn from Shane. Let's learn from his mistakes and let's go ahead and not do those same things again because, man, I'm still making mistakes and learning myself. It's
Mhm.
a lifelong ever changing, right? So just like being a nurse practitioner, we have to get our
Right.
CME, right?
Right.
Now you need to get your business CME going too, right? So now you got to do those hand in hand. Now you got to get your business CME. That's educations, podcasts, books, workbooks, courses, all that. So as you're
Mm-hmm.
educating yourself on medicine and healthcare, try to segue that into business too, because it's so important, right? Because there's so many things we're not even taught in school. How many courses did you get on marketing and branding and
None.
business plans? Don't feel bad because our MD colleagues don't get any of that either. So I have
Right.
some MD consulting clients, and they're just like, why did no one ever teach us this, Shane? I'm like, because they don't want us to do that, because then again, insurance companies fund all of these different things, right?
Right.
Insurance companies, we are at their whim, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
I don't think we have 20% less value than our MD friends, right? Or our PA friends or whoever. I think we're all on the same level playing field, but I get it. So that's where you and I have to step up and say, you know what? No more. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to cut out insurance middleman. I'm going to create something special for myself, for my patients, and for everyone, because, I'm a VA patient, right? The VA is going to run out of money this year if we don't do something fast and in the order of $15 billion. So that's a problem. Veterans who fought for the country can't get in. Our healthcare can be subpar at times. The wait can be months. With my clinic, you can get in same day, next day. We are meeting this need, and that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm here. That's why we need to get the word out. Is that we don't have to settle for the status quo. Only the brave conquer the world. You got to be brave,
Right.
and that takes a special person. That's the
Yeah.
thing. But I think we can do this, We can do this. It just takes a village to raise us. We just got to find the right people and the right things. You
You
can't do
got
it
to.
alone. I've tried and I've failed miserably, and that's okay.
Do you believe sometimes it's the location that's saturated with the same thing you're doing? Because if you're offering something different,
Right. Wendy's, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, and Burger King operate well on the same corner. Why do they operate
they
well
each
on
I
this?
think have their own type of client.
If you are the brand, there is no competition, my dear. If you don't take anything away from here, is saying that there is no competition when you are the brand and your package is the only one on the market.
Mm-hmm.
That way, honestly, now you're like a monopoly. A monopoly is kind of like a bad word, or like, no, that's a good monopoly. That's what you want,
Mm-hmm.
is to be that monopoly, because there's only one of you and one of me.
Right.
And if we can operate there, we can operate on the same corner with even the same services, as long as we brand ourselves respectfully and uniquely, and our package is just so good that patients feel that they're getting a deal and they're getting a bargain. Read the book, $100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozzi, and then let's talk. You'll see. So, I mean, I've read over 164 books in the last 2 years, and that's been a really killer one for me that has taught me about how to not turn myself into a commodity, right? I didn't come up with any of this stuff on my own. I stand on the shoulders of giants. I learn from other people that are smarter than me, and that's okay. I
Right.
surround myself with people that are smarter than me, and I like that. There is no ego here, healthy ego, just enough to say, I know I'm good, but I can be better. How do I be better? How do I give a better product? How do I give a better service? How do I become a better clinician? How do I become a better entrepreneur? Once you find that rhythm and groove, it's going to change your life like it has for me. I'm no one special. I came from poverty, came from tough spots, you know, but here we are. So if I can do it, you can do it. Hell,
Yeah.
I failed Health assessment, I had to retake it, but I'm here 5 years strong. Failure is not the end, is it?
No, it's not.
Failure is an opportunity to learn what didn't work. If you continue to do what doesn't work, it is classified by the DSM-5 as insanity.
Mhm.
You don't look insane, you look very smart. So don't do the insanity things. Don't do the same things because they're not working and you're still doing it and you're hoping for a different outcome. It's not working. You know what I'm saying? And we all do that because we're so passionate about it and we so much believe in it. But then again, it might be misguided a little bit. And that's okay. We don't know what everyone needs. We need to listen to the market, listen to our patients and say, okay, well, that's not working. Let's do something different.
Right.
Going back to the drawing board is a beautiful thing. I enjoy breaking down my programs and making them better without adding too much cost on my end, which is labor, people, and things. I focus on resources and outcomes.
Okay.
Resources and outcomes. If these patients have resources that you can create once and they can use it forever, that's beautiful, right? Videos, ebooks, PDFs, all those things are things that they can keep forever that you only have to create once, and it's high yield information or like little excerpts. Don't overwhelm them too much with like educational stuff, because then again they'll tune out and start to drool. Just give me the highlights and the bullet points. Tell me why I should care and let me go on with my 120-hour work week. You know? So that's me. Time is very precious. I don't waste it. I do not waste their time. Every second, every minute is high value, and it's going to be ingrained in them that this is it. If the patient feels that you're valuing their time and they're getting a lot of information, do you think they'll want a discount?
We're not going to use the word.
Bingo. Congratulations.
I'm a quick learner.
I like that. That means you're going to be a good entrepreneur.
Yeah,
it's what you don't know that's going to cause you to be the worst. You can't even anticipate.
Exactly.
You can't, and that's scary. I don't like knowing. That's why I'm always on my iPad or on books and reading and courses. I'm like, okay, what's next? How's the economy? How's inflation? How can I fix inflation? Well, I can't fix it, but I can kind of make it better,
Yeah, I'm actually focusing more on a business side now.
Yes, ma'am.
Now that I see where I'm going.
I love that.
Before I was like, I was hoping everything would work with the insurance. So now
because
that
it's guaranteed money. But let me challenge you just one more time here. How long does it take to get reimbursed from insurance companies? If you do get reimbursed.
It could take time. Yeah, because Medicare takes 15 days.
So you're waiting 16 days to get paid, whereas with a cash pay DPC practice, you've already been paid.
Exactly.
Yes, ma'am. My goal is to make sure that you're successful, have a good business plan and strategy, and are self-sufficient and doing well. That's why I've kind of created the podcast, is to help people with their business, make it great, make it sustainable and long-term. If I can just get like 30 minutes with every entrepreneur in the world, I'm like, don't turn yourself into a commodity. Create an offer that's so good that no one can say no to it. Create your branding. There is no competition. So that's why it's so important that I make all of my brand new clients onboarded. I need to know what you do, why you do it. What is your unique selling proposition? Why are you here? What do you like to do? What is your hobbies? Do you like to line dance on Saturdays? Bring that iPhone and take videos, because patients are going to love that, and that's going to speak to that client, right? You want to attract and retain people that are like you, at least in some capacity, that they enjoy things that you do, right? Like I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. I mean, I wish I had some Star Wars stuff, because I have cups and everything that patients send me. They're like, Shane, I got you something. Like, be your unique, weird, quirky, eccentric self. Don't hide it. Don't try to be like everyone else, because you get lost in the sauce, right? You don't want to get lost in the sauce. Be yourself. Be special. Be unique. You are the brand, right? I hope I was able to help you.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
It's
Well,
always a good conversation with you, Shane.
it's always good with you. I appreciate that. I like when people make me think and dig deep. I like to learn. I'm a lifelong student. I'm going to learn. If you teach me something, I'm your friend for life. That is
Yes, you did every Friday. Because I started to go on TikTok live, and then you used to come on at 7. I was looking forward to come on Friday. Like I did it like twice or 3 times.
I
And
know.
and then my husband said, "Oh, what happened to the show?" I said, "Oh, Shane." I said, "I think he's gonna do it once a month."
I love it. And you're always there and you're always asking good questions.
Because of you.
Tag me and I love it.
It was a content. I think I was in Puerto Rico with my daughter because I have two birthday, July birthday. I have one the 16th and I have one the 23rd. So she went to Puerto Rico and then I said, "Oh man, so I need to do something because I haven't been posting." It took me an hour to make that one. I don't know, the one that's like a news, and then I had to put like a couple pictures and they have that sound.
Like a template.
That was
I love the templates. It's so
that
easy.
was I was like, let me try to see something what I learned from your group on Friday.
You want to get back to those? I'm just trying to pivot and do something unique. But yeah, I'm going to find a way to bring those back and kind of incorporate them because those are fun. I like this podcast too, though, because it's more intimate.
I don't know if everybody was, because I came on late, remember? I came on
that's fine.
board late.
I still leave the recordings up so that everyone can see them. But yeah, no, you've kind of motivated me to pop back on those and then do those lives again because those are fun. You know me, I'm always trying to change and pivot. Those are great.
I'm trying to use ChatGPT more now. I think it's happened.
The free is fantastic. It is great.
It's giving me a prompt sometime. You exceed.
Have you share some advice to brand new entrepreneurs or brand new nurse practitioners or both? What are some things that you would want them to know or what you wish you would have known?
I would say try to do everything that you like allowed to do. Like if you're autonomous, everything like you allowed to do first before you expand. Like bringing someone on board that you're not paying yourself yet, and then you struggling to pay the other person. I would say try everything alone first.
Good.
My
How about a brand new nurse practitioner just got out of school?
I think they should practice first before they even try to get up there to branch out. Honestly, I don't think they're ready to practice unless they get the experience. Trust me, it's a lot.
You've got me beat. This is only my 5th year. Yeah. That's fantastic.
Especially hormone, like a lot of people getting into. I see a lot of questions how to dose this, how to do that. Take couple classes. Take couple classes because me telling you is not going to solve the problem.
Sound like me talking to my students, right?
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, because I teach. It's now I'm trying to maybe I'll get back into it. I don't see a lot of clients. I see walk in and then some clients like weight loss say, "Oh, can I come on that day?" I'm trying to stop that. Like I'm trying to do something I can pay myself. So I had an interview.
Because you're worth it, ma'am. You are worth it.
Right. So I had an interview with a school to go back and teach. And then I had a few interviews to teach clinical the 2 days that like Mondays and Tuesday if I wanted to.
That's smart.
And I tell you, when I was back in the hospital teaching student, they will ask me certain questions and how you learn. If you keep telling them the answer, just like some NPs that have a lot of questions, if you keep feeding them, they're not going to learn that way.
Oh,
the reason I know
I'm coming to your TED Talk.
The basic, once you learn the basic, you don't forget the basic, number one. Number two, if I keep telling you what it is, you're not going to know it. So to make a long story short, I had a nurse, a brand new nurse. She asked, which insulin do I draw first? So I took the time. I said, hey, I told her, I'm like, do you want me to tell you why? Because I like rationale. So she said, no, not right now. I said, what? If you don't listen to me right now, you come back to me, I'm not going to tell you because it's simple. I say you're going to draw the clear insulin first because it's the short acting. And then you're going to like do the math. If you need 5 and you need 10 of the long acting, draw your 5. And then you're going to draw your 10. There's going to be a total of 15. But if you draw the 10 first, which is the cloudy one, If the long acting you're gonna put into the short acting,
And you're
that's
going to
not gonna be
contaminate it.
correct. So then she's like, oh, so she
That's that
appreciate me
light.
because
That's the light bulb.
she learned stuff in school. When you go through like real practice, you don't remember everything. So that's why I'm like, yeah. So I think you should grab some experience first and then open up your clinic.
Yeah.
I think I was not ready to leave my job and open. That's the only thing I can say that I did wrong. But I think I have experience enough to open up and trying to run my clinic. Yeah. I
That's
would say
wonderful.
work while you grow.
I
Yeah.
agree because you get benefits and you get a little bit of a salary just to pay your bills and everything.
I jumped the gun because I was frustrated, Shane. Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay. You were brave and you were like, you know what? I'm going to do this. I believe
Yeah.
it. I can't do nothing but admire and respect that kind of bravery. I'm like, man, I want to see her succeed. How do we fix this? Because she's brave, you know? Many people like to be comfortable, and I respect that. You don't want to take risks because it's not safe to take risks. And
Right.
I think that's what you did. And that's what makes you special and makes entrepreneurs special is we take those educated risks, right? We don't just do whatever seems trendy at the moment. We're just like, I want to do this and this is why. And that's what you did. But you know, that's great. And you're still ironing out the details as you go, and that's okay. I always go back to my chief of operations trailer. He tells me, Shane, we're basically building the airplane as we're flying it, you know? We don't have the landing gear on just yet, but we don't need it right now because we ain't landing. We're going to be taking off into the sky and we're going to be going. So,
Yeah.
like, really prioritize what you need to bring in patients and bring in money and to offer value to that.
I have a student because I don't charge for student. Like if they reach out, I don't charge. But in P Hub, when I was busy with insurance client, they
Yeah.
send me one or two here. And when they tell me how much they pay, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
So
You know, your
yeah,
time is valuable, right?
yeah.
We were
But I have one, he's just 45 hours assessment. And then I have few cash pay client, and then I
Mhm.
have some insurance that pay me to see them, and then I submit everything to the lab.
Yes.
Like when I do the labs and stuff, I'm teaching him how to do the
Good.
assessment. So
Remember, I
I will
always
get
tell you,
compensated.
yeah, is that your knowledge is priceless. Many people wish that they had 10% of what you know. It's priceless. And we as nurses and nurse practitioners, we have that big caring heart. And that's what makes us very special and makes us very unique. But I also want you to understand that you deserve to be treated well. And I talk to you and me like I do my patients, as I say one thing: who takes care of the lifeguard? The lifeguard.
That's a good one. Yeah.
You can't pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself. It's not being selfish because you need to recharge before you take care of others. It is mandatory. I'm happy you went out there and had a vacation and enjoyed yourself because then again, you're coming back to your practice reinvigorated, excited to take care of your patients, and refreshed, right? That's where I'm going to be in Orlando on August 23rd because I need a break, man. You know what? Me
I
too.
know.
Me too.
You in the office? You
Ma'am, I
hire
have
someone?
4. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm very lucky. These guys are fantastic. They run the show and I support them. I'm like, I will
Okay.
bring you patients. You just do the work I don't want to do. Here's the
That's
lunch.
what I need. I just want to run We Care, but bring me the patients.
I've got some interesting little things that's going to be fun, that's going to bring in patients and also entertain me at the same time. If you make entrepreneurship fun, you're going to be successful. Period. Make it fun, make it cool, make it entertaining, right? That's what I always tell
Yeah.
everyone. Make it,
I mean, what experience again?
in theory, it should get a little easier, but if you're making the same mistakes, it gets harder.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why I get passionate about certain things because I know how much they've changed for me. Like, I would never make anyone do things that I have not done, ever. Taking out the garbage, treating the patients, drawing the labs, doing the marketing, doing the TikToks, right? I do it all. Yeah, you're
Right now, I'm
doing
doing
it.
it all.
I'm
It's
just
a
getting
lot of
better and
time
better.
consuming. You
Number
have
one
to
thing
be
is being
consistent.
consistent. Anything you do, be
Yeah,
consistent. That's what I tell my
I
patients with
know.
like weight loss. Be consistent.
Yeah. Well, that's why I do the stories every day.
As long as you're posting something every day, stories, pictures, photos, videos, just post something daily.
Yeah. Like
Good.
today, I'm gonna do the physical, and then tomorrow I did like a weight loss. Like that's one of those members that's doing the fat burners only, the skinny shot. And I just have what did I have? I took a picture of the composition, the numbers to
Wonderful
compare the first one and the second one. So I have that.
plan. I like that.
But trust the process.
I mean, those captions are huge.
Be tomorrow, and then today will be the physical. So I have
Yes.
that.
No, I agree, but I'm really proud about where you've come from and how far you've grown, and you're getting clarity. If it feels right, do it. If it feels wrong, don't do it.
Yeah.
And I
Anything
think
I
you
feel,
know
I tell
because
my husband,
you're a smart person.
anything that I feel stressed, once I think about it and then I no longer do it and then I feel the load is off, it's a lot of pressure.
Yes, ma'am. I
So
agree. I think you're spot on. It's a lot of pressure and everything like that as well. But keep up the good fight. Reach out to me if you need anything. You're doing great. And I want to get working
I
on those
probably,
monthly
yeah,
lives again. You've just inspired me. Thank you. I am happy that
yeah.
it brought you value. That is really cool.
I see what my credential lady said at 1 o'clock, and then I just gonna have a serious conversation with her. And
Message me
we'll
if you've
touch
got
base
questions.
next week. Yeah, we'll touch base next week. He was
Because
telling
I
me,
think
he's
that's
like,
smart because yes, you can do a hybrid practice, but like I told you before, be careful. If you're charging cash prices for like Medicare, that stuff that they already cover and offer, that's technically Medicare fraud if they get reimbursed for that because you've already negotiated that rate with whoever, right? Medicare, Blue Cross, Aetna, they can come after you. And what's
right.
scary is they can come after you for 10 years, up to 10 years. I don't want to be looking over my shoulder for 10 years,
Mm-mm.
you know?
It's not worth it.
But if you believe strongly in it, go for it. But I'm just giving you my perspective. That's all.
If I had like at least five insurance, I'd be like, oh, I'm
Yes, ma'am.
good. I can operate with that.
I agree.
I have two. I have two.
She,
TRICARE and Medicare. Like she was saying, oh, why don't you apply for Medicare? I'm like, not really. When I look into Sunshine, the panel closed. And
yep.
better, panel
Which
closed.
is
So
interesting because if Sunshine's panel is closed for Medicaid,
because the area where I'm at, that's the location.
well,
Yeah.
if the panel is closed, that should tell you there's a little saturation going on. It's like if the panel is closed, there's something going on to cause that, you know?
Mhm.
Think about that.
I made a sample of the membership. I created one last week.
I had the privilege of being part of Dr. Paul Thomas's first cohort where he was teaching all of us DPC and how it worked for him in Plum Health over in Corktown. And I toured his clinic, met his patients, met his staff, saw what he was doing. And I was like, I want to do this because I didn't start out as DPC. I didn't start
Mhm.
that way. I started out just like I knew I wanted to do cash. So here, I'll give you a service, you give me some money, and that's fair, right? But
Right.
DPC made me think about that a little bit differently. And so that's why I'm grateful on that model. Like this isn't Shane's model. This is something I've learned and I've been taught and I've just kind of made it my own. You know, that's the great thing
Mhm.
about DPC is you can make it your own. You can do whatever you
Right.
want, add, take away,
Yeah.
remove, make it special. And not only that, I like the B2B aspect of direct primary care is you can offer these small employees something to keep their employees
Right.
healthy and to retain them, right? Because how much money do these guys spend on retraining these employees? I'm like, guys, there's a better way than losing your money.
Okay.
Education is huge. If you educate these people and they see the value, they're going to sign up quick. And that's what we have noticed is giving these employers value. It's not funny. Is giving these employers value. Hey, I will come on the job if there's an injury. I'll give you an example of I take care of a dog training company. And, they're often getting bit by dogs and everything. And so they will come by, just pop into the office and like, Shane, what's this? And I'm like, huh. So they've got that privilege of coming into the office, and I will see you as if I can, or I'll have Susan or somebody see you, because that's important. Those dog bites can turn into something really bad, right? So that's what they're seeing it. And not only that, they're sharing it with other people that are in the dog training industry. And they're like, you won't believe this. Shane's done this. I'm like, that's great. And it's great that people are talking. So that's just my experience. I don't want to sway anyone in any way that's not for them, but that's my experience. That's what gives me joy and pleasure, is helping these guys out when no one else will. Like, they will wait, no insurance, pay, I don't know what it is for ER visits now. I know it's over like $1,500. No, that's a lot. I can sew you up. Well, I don't sew up dog bites, because you will trap in all the things.
Yeah,
But
because
if it's a scratch or something different, then I can just sew you up or be done. Or, most oftentimes, if those dog bites don't look so good, we can just do some prescriptions in the office, which I carry, and they give me $3 for the medication, right?
You're right.
So that just makes me feel really good about what I'm doing about keeping my community healthy.
Right.
Something to think about. I just want you to put it into your think box and just ponder on it. That's all.
If there's no other insurance, you telling me the same thing every 2 weeks? Because we meet every 2 weeks. I just have to see the progress. If there's no progress, I'm just not gonna be waiting there for Christmas.
I don't want you to waste your money.
I mean, whatever it is, it's already done. It's just that she has money already. I give money out already.
But time is money too, though. You could be spending that meeting time working on your TikTok. You can spend that meeting time working on your marketing plan. So, time is important too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I'm very happy that this helped you, and thanks for joining us. And I hope you go out there and just get all the answers you need, and make the right decision, because I know it's hard. Let me go ahead and stop this recording.
It is.